it just blew up in Tampa Bay. A piece of news that could flip the entire season on its head, reignite the fire of hope, and bring back the beating heart of the Buccaneers offense. Something the Bucs Nation has been waiting weeks for is finally taking shape, and what's appearing on the horizon over Raymond James Stadium is nothing less than the real possibility of a return that could completely change the fate of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The insiders are talking, the reports are rolling, and the echoes of this revelation are spreading all across Florida. Number 13, the Warrior, the face of an era, might be coming back. But hold up, crew. Before we drop the name that makes the cannons roar at Raymond James, we've got to understand just how rough the storm's been without him. The scene was pure uncertainty. After a promising start, Tampa Bay's offense lost its spark. The chemistry crumbled, and worse, the confidence wavered. Week after week, hope started slipping away like water through a tired crew's finger. Baker Mayfield fought to keep the ship steady with grit and heart, but something was missing. That one guy who changes everything with a single catch. That symbol of trust. The guy your quarterback locks eyes with when the game's on the line and thinks, if I throw it his way, something good's about to happen. And it's about that man that this week's bombshell just dropped in Tampa Bay. After nearly 6 weeks of silence, frustration, and relentless rehab, we've finally got a major update on Mike Evans. According to Ian Rappaport, NFL Network, and Greg Allman, Fox Sports, the Buccaneers' legendary wideout is right on schedule with his recovery, and there's real optimism he'll be back before the regular season ends, just in time for the playoff. Those words alone are enough to give any Bucs fan chill. Mike Evans could be available for the end of the regular season and the playoff. That's from Allman himself, and when an insider that close to the team sounds this confident, you know the vibe inside One Buc Place has shifted. But to really grasp the weight of this news, you've got to go back to where the pain started. Evans was already battling a tough year. A nagging quad injury slowed him down early. Just 14 catches for 140 yards and a single touchdown in 4 games. The body was feeling the grind of war, but the man's spirit still on fire. Then came the gut punch. Week 7 against the Lions. A contested deep ball, a brutal hit near the shoulder. The entire stadium went silent. Fractured clavicle. One of those tricky injuries you just can't rush. Every move, every rep, every stretch could set you back weak. And that's when the pirate ship had to reinvent itself. Without Evans, the offense lost its soul. The absence of number 13 wasn't just about stats, it was about identity. He's the guy who shifts the defense's alignment before the snap even happened. The one who drags double coverage, opens lanes for rookie Emeka Egbuka, and gives Cade Otton space to eat up the middle. But when he went down, Tampa's passing attack lost that element of fear that makes defenses back off. And the numbers don't lie. Through week 6, the Bucs offense was top 10 in the league. After that, slid hard. Yards per play dropped. Third down conversion tanked. Bucs Nation felt the hit. Social media blew up. Half the fan base thought the season was cooked without Evans. Others believed Mayfield could adapt, speed up the offense, use the rookies, find a new rhythm. But reality hit fast. This offense still runs through Mike Evans. Not just because of his hand, but because of his presence. He's the emotional backbone of the locker room. The guy who doesn't talk much, but when he does, everybody listens. That's why this recovery update sounds like music to the crew's ears. Rappaport confirmed it. Everything's on track. No setback. Optimism rising inside the building. Greg Allman doubled down. The timeline was always meant to be on the longer side, but now the projection is clear. Evans could suit up before the end of the regular season, maybe even by week 15. If that happens, Tampa Bay gets a jolt of energy that could totally reshape the NFC South race. Because, let's be real, the NFC South has turned into a straight-up brawl. Falcons, Saints, Bucs, everyone's scrapping for every inch, and every win feels like gold. Tampa's sitting at 6-4, facing a brutal stretch that will decide whether this ship sails into the playoffs or sinks at the shoreline. And that's where Evans' return becomes bigger than football. It's symbolic. The man stands for resilience, tradition, and what it truly means to wear the red and pewter. Mike Evans carries one of the most legendary streaks in NFL history. 11 straight seasons with 1,000-plus receiving yards. That's elite company. We're talking about names etched in gold. But this year, sitting at just 140 yards through week 12, that record's in real danger. And you know what? Evans couldn't care less. No complaining, no drama, no noise. Just grind, just focus. Just the quiet determination of a leader who knows legacy ain't about numbers. It's about lifting your team when it mattered. Inside the locker room, the reaction was instant. Baker Mayfield, according to Insider, was fired up. Getting Mike back changes everything. And he's right. Since Evans went down, defenses have gotten bolder, pressing tighter, clogging short route, daring Baker to beat them deep. Without number 13 on the field, Tampa lost its vertical bite. Evans's presence alone changes defensive behavior. Corners back off, safeties shift, running lanes open. The whole field just feels different when he's out there. And the stats back it up. With Evans, the Bucs averaged 26.8 points per game. Without him, 18.4. Third down efficiency dropped from 48% to 32%. Red zone TD rate down 20%. That's not coincidence, that's structure. That's the blueprint cracking without its cornerstone. But there's more than numbers at play. Emotion matters. The Bucs Nation never stopped believing. From fan pages to the crew meetups to bars all over Tampa, the question was always the same. When's Mike coming back? It's not just football, it's family. Evans isn't just the greatest receiver in franchise history. He's the face of an era that survived rebuild, Brady's departure, and roster turnover. His recovery mirrors the Bucs' own journey this season. Tough, painful, but filled with hope. Meanwhile, rookie Emeka Egbuka has stepped up, showing swagger and solid chemistry with Mayfield. Cade Otton has become a go-to target on short and intermediate route. But even with their growth, no one can replicate Evans's gravity. He's the guy who demands double coverage, still win. He's the heart that makes the offense hum like a well-tuned ship. Without him, the song lost its rhythm. If he does return in Week 15, the timing's almost cinematic. 2 clashes with the Panthers, potential division-deciding game, and maybe one final showdown for a playoff berth. With Evans back, Tampa Bay doesn't just get its WR1, it gets its soul back. The locker room recharges. The offense finds balance. The fan base finds faith. And if the 1,000-yard streak ends, who cares? Mike Evans's legacy isn't a stat. It's respect, earned in every route, every jump ball, every battle through pain and rain. It's the trust he gives the team, the spark he gives the fans when the cannons fire, and number 13 shows up in the end zone. The technical impact is massive. With Evans back, Mayfield regains the confidence to stretch the field. Those deep fades and post routes that define this offense's DNA can return. The run game opens up because defenses have to stay on it. And let's not forget the psychological fact. DBs feel it when Evans lines up. Corners know there's no such thing as a lost cause against him. Looking ahead, the next few games are playoff-level tests. A road trip to Lambeau in December cold, then straight into divisional dogfights in the NFC South. If Evans suits up by Week 15, Tampa gets a battle-hardened veteran just in time for the war that decides everything. That's the kind of comeback that turns a good team into a dangerous one. So the message is simple. Fire the cannon. Bucs Nation. The winds shift. Mike Evans is on his way back, and with him comes belief, grit, and that never-say-die pirate spirit that defines this team. If you believe in this comeback, drop it in the comments. Steady the ship or fire the cannon, because this final stretch is going to be wild, from the first snap to the last whistle. Even though the pain of that injury marked this season, the story now is one of redemption. Evans isn't just returning, he's reminding an entire team what it means to fight back. He's the living embodiment of what it means to be a Buccaneer. Fall, bleed, rise, and battle again. Tampa Bay's never had it easy. This franchise has always had to fight for every inch, every victory. Watching Mike Evans grind to come back is a reminder of who we are, warriors of the Bay. Doesn't matter the score, doesn't matter the pain, as long as there's a cannon ready to fire, this crew's alive. So tell me, Bucs Nation, do you believe this comeback changes everything? Do you think Evans will be the X factor down the stretch and into the playoff? Or does this offense still need to evolve even with him back? Drop your thoughts below. Your voice, part of this story. And remember, Tampa never runs from battle. We're pirate. We're loyal. We fight to the very end. Mike Evans is almost back, and when he steps on that field again, the cannons will roar louder than ever. Bring on the storm, because this ship is ready for war. Fire the cannon. Our captain's coming home.